Gr10s, welcome back to another video. Alright, so we're going to be doing trigonometry today. Okay, and this personally is my favorite section in maths. Okay, so I hope by the end of this series of trigonometry, I hope that it becomes your favorite section of maths. Maybe not in grade 10, but maybe grade 11 or grade 12. It really gets really nice in further grades. Okay, so I really hope that you guys like this. So let's just jump straight into it. All right, so anything that you guys know about trigonometry. I know that you guys have been doing investigations and stuff like that on trigonometry. So is there anything that you guys know and that would like to tell me? I know that you're just staring at your laptop screen, and it's going to be a little bit weird to just talk to your laptop screen, okay? But I want you guys to talk back to me, right? So is there anything that you guys know about trigonometry? Okay, so we know what? Tell me. Okay, we know that there's something called sin. Okay, a lot of you guys call it sin. Okay, it's actually sine. Okay, sine. Okay, and then we also have cos. Cool. And we've got tan. Very good. Okay, guys, so you guys do know something at least. Okay, so these are just trig ratios. Okay, trig ratios. Okay, trig is just short for trigonometry. Okay, and these are some ratios that we're going to be learning about. Okay, so with each ratio, okay, we have a reciprocal. Okay, so reciprocal I'll explain later on in the video. Okay, so sine has a reciprocal, okay, which is called cosec. Okay, cosec. Cos has a reciprocal, which is called sec. And tan also has a reciprocal called cot. So in essence, there are 6 trigonometric ratios, okay, trigonometry ratios, trig ratios that you need to learn, okay, and it's learning work, and I mean that's learning work. It's memorization. You need to memorize what sine is, you need to memorize what cos stands for, and tan, and cot, and sec, and cosec. You need to understand that you need to memorize the stuff, okay. It's all learning work. Okay, so if you don't know what sine is, that's your fault, not my fault. Okay, you need to learn what it is. Okay, so let's jump into it. So what is all this sine, cosec, and cos, and sec, and whatever? What is this stuff? All right, so firstly, what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to first learn how to label triangles. Okay, the sides of the triangles. Okay, so if I look at this side AB, okay, there's another name that I can call this side. Okay, so I look at the angle that is opposite this side. Okay, so the angle opposite is angle C. Okay, so I can call this side little c. Okay, so this is a capital C. This is just a lowercase c, little c. Okay, so this side, similarly, in this side over here, AC, okay, I look at the angle that's opposite that side, okay, which is angle B. So what do you think I can call this side? Little b. Okay, so instead of AC, I can just call it little b. Okay, so it's just another name that I can give that side. All right, and then the same with this side over here. Okay, I look at the angle that's opposite that side. Okay, and I see it's angle A. Okay, fantastic. All right, so what can I call this side? Instead of CB or BC, what can I call this side? Little a. All right, okay, there's nothing difficult about that. Okay, so I'm just looking at the side, or the angle opposite the side, and whatever that angle is, little c. Okay, that's what it's just the lowercase letter of that angle. Okay, so if we look at this triangle over here, okay, AC, what is another name for AC that I can give? Right, so I look at the angle opposite. Okay, it's angle B, so what can I call this side? Little b. Okay, this side over here, what can I call this side? Little c. Okay, because opposite this side is angle C. Okay, little c. And then BC, I can call little a. Alright, so I can call it little a. Alright, hoping that's not too difficult. Okay, there's nothing difficult about this. We're just labeling the different sides. Okay, it's going to help us later. It's going to be a little bit easier later when we're doing sine, cos, and tan. Okay, okay, so AC I can call little b. Good. Okay, because B is opposite that side. Okay, AB, what can I call that? Little c. Good, because angle C is opposite that side, okay? And then BC I can call little a, okay? So A, the angle A, is opposite this side, so I can call it little a. Alright, so now let's see how we're going to use this, okay? It's going to be a little bit easier now, right? So, if I look at trig ratios, okay? So our first one that we're going to deal with is sine, okay? Sine, not sin. Sin is in the Bible, it's what we do, okay? We sin as human beings, right? The Lord came to save us, okay? That's all in the Bible, okay? That's sin, okay? This is sine, this is trig now, okay? So, if we look at this triangle here, I want to first label the triangle. Let me just label the sides quickly. All right, so if I look at this side over here, you look at A and C, okay, and it's called letter B. Very good, okay, little b. Okay, this side over here I can rename as little c. Good. And this side over here I can rename as letter A. Very good. All right, so sine. Okay, if you remember from your investigation, maybe you didn't do an investigation on trig, okay? So, sine is just a ratio, okay? Sine is a ratio, and the ratio is opposite, okay? Opposite over hypotenuse, okay? So what does this mean, okay? So, we see that we've got sine, and we've got angle A. So I'm going to go straight to angle A. Here's angle A. Okay, so if I look at angle A, I'm looking here. My eyes are fixed here. Alright? Now, I want to look at the side that is opposite angle A. What's the side opposite angle A? Little a. Okay? So either you can say little a or BC. Okay? So I'm going to use the little letters. Okay? Letter A. Alright? And what is the hypotenuse? Hypotenuse is always opposite which angle? The 90-degree angle. Okay, hypotenuse is always opposite the 90-degree angle. Okay, so my hypotenuse is going to be opposite this, which is B. Okay, little b. Or you can say AC or CA. Alright, so maybe I should write it here on the side. So the opposite here, so little a can be also BC. Okay, and little b could also be AC. Okay, so if you choose not to label your triangles with little a's, little c's, little b's, you can just use the normal sides. Okay, but I just find it's easier with these little ones. Okay, so sine of C. Now my angle has changed that I'm dealing with. Which angle am I dealing with now? Now I'm dealing with angle C. Okay, so I want you guys to turn your heads a little bit. Turn your heads to the right. Alright, now if I look at angle C, okay, what is sine again? Sorry, what is sine? Okay, we see it's opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so we know that sine is opposite over hypotenuse. Alright, so what is the side opposite angle C? Because we're dealing with angle C here. Opposite angle C is little c. Okay, little c or AB. Okay, side AB or little c. Okay, and now what's the hypotenuse? The hypotenuse is always opposite which angle? The 90-degree angle. Okay, so I look for the side opposite that. Okay, it's little b. Alright, little b. Okay, so this over here, right? I want to highlight this. This over here, this stuff over here, and this over here is all learning work. Learn it. Okay, please learn it. You need to know it like in your sleep. Okay, if I come to your house, okay, and you're busy sleeping, and I'll wake you up immediately and I say, tell me what sine is, you need to tell me immediately as you wake up. I don't want to, oh, sir, I'm tired. No, give me what sine is. You need to know it. Okay, opposite over hypotenuse. Finishing clear. Cosec. Okay, we know it's the reciprocal of sine. Alright, so reciprocal, what does reciprocal mean? Reciprocal just means I'm going to switch things. Okay, so if sine, I'll put it on the side, sine, let's say sine of A. Okay, remember sine always has an angle attached to it. Okay, and cos and tan and cosec and sec and cot. Okay, so sine we said is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, reciprocal just means that I'm going to switch the top with the bottom. All right. So if cosec of A is the reciprocal of sine of A, okay, what do you think it's going to be here? What do you think it's going to be if I'm switching these two around? Good. Okay, hypotenuse over opposite. Okay, so I'm just switching it. All right. So I'm just switching it. All right. So if I look at cosec of A, and we know that it's hypotenuse over opposite, okay, what are we going to say here? So first I go to letter A, okay, and we need to go to the hypotenuse and the opposite. Okay, so where's the hypotenuse? Always opposite the 90 degree. Okay, so little b. Okay, so we've got little b as the hypotenuse. And what is the opposite? The angle opposite this angle over here that I'm dealing with. Okay, the side opposite the angle. Okay, so this side over here, which is little a. Okay, so I can call it little a. Alright, now over here, cosec of C. Now I want you guys to turn your heads a little bit. Turn your heads to the right. There's angle C. Okay, so if I'm looking there, alright, cosec, what is cosec again? Okay, it's the reciprocal of sine. Okay, so it's hypotenuse over opposite. Okay, so hypotenuse is what? Which side? B, alright? Side B. Okay, opposite? The side opposite C, which is little c, or AB. Okay, the side opposite C, which is little c. Right, so that's cosec. That's the reciprocal of sine. Alright, so what is another way that I could write cosec? Instead of writing cosec, I want to rewrite this in terms of sine. Okay, so if cosec is the reciprocal of sine, how can I rewrite this? Okay, so if I have sine of A, okay, what is the reciprocal of sine of A? What is sine of A over? It's over 1. Okay, so what is the reciprocal of this if I need to switch these around? Okay, that's 1 over sine of A. Alright, you're going to need to know that as well. You need to know this information, okay, NB. Alright, so instead of writing cosec, I can write 1 over sine of A, okay, because it's the reciprocal, okay, cosec is the reciprocal of sine. Alright, so this is handy to know, because if you look on your calculator, do you know where cosec is? Go find cosec on your calculator, please. Oh, man, there is no cosec. Can you see that? That's why we need to know this, okay, for later on in the video, you'll understand why we need to know this. Alright, happy. Alright, moving on to the next one. Okay, so here we've got cos. Alright, so cos, again, learning work, we need to know is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, adjacent over hypotenuse. So if I look at cos of A, okay, so I'm dealing with angle A here. Okay, so we know that cos of A is adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay, so where's the adjacent side? What does adjacent mean? It means touching angle A. There's only two sides that are touching angle A here. It's this side and this side. Can you see that these two sides meet angle A and they're touching angle A? Right? So now which side is it? Which side is it? Which one is the adjacent one? Okay, whichever one is not the hypotenuse. Okay, so if you look here, okay, let's say I thought that this side was the adjacent side. Okay, let's see why it's not the adjacent side. Because any side opposite the 90 degree is what? The hypotenuse. Okay, so the hypotenuse is this side. This is the hypotenuse side. So the other side has to be the adjacent side, which is little c and little a. Okay, so adjacent. Okay, touching A and not the hypotenuse. So this one over here, little c. Now, what's the hypotenuse? side opposite the 90 degree, little b. Right. Okay, what did we say cos was again? What is cos? Adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. Now I'm looking at angle C this time. Alright, so if I look at angle C, let me highlight angle C there. There it is. Alright. So what am I going to do? Turn my head to the right. Okay. And I look at the two sides that are touching angle C. Okay. It's this one here and this one here. Okay. Can you see that those two are meeting angle C there? Okay. They're touching angle C. Alright. So the adjacent one is this one over here. Can you see? Because this one's the hypotenuse. Okay. So it has to be this one. Alright. So the adjacent side is little a, and the hypotenuse opposite the 90 degree, which is letter B. Okay, little b. Alright, and what did we say in the beginning of the video? What was the reciprocal of cos? Sec. Very good. Okay, so if I look here, here's sec. Okay, so how can I rewrite sec? Remember how I did cosec? I said 1 over sine, right? So if I rewrite sec, what is a different way I can say sec? 1 over cos of A. Alright, remember sec is just the reciprocal of cos. Okay, so instead of sec, I can write 1 over cos of A. Alright, so you'll need to know that for a later video. Alright, so just to note that, okay, it's important, so I'll just leave it here on the side. 1 over cos of A, okay, just for your knowledge. Just so for your foreknowledge, you know that. Alright, so if sec is the reciprocal of cos, okay, if cos is adjacent over hypotenuse, then the reciprocal, which is sec, of cos is what? Hypotenuse over adjacent. Good. Alright, so if I look at this triangle, okay, it says sec of A, so I go to angle A here. Okay, and they say, okay, it's hypotenuse over adjacent. Okay, so which one's the hypotenuse of these two sides here? Okay, so we look at the sides that are meeting or touching letter A, so it's those two. Which of these two sides, this one or this one, is the hypotenuse? This one. Good, because it's opposite my 90 degree, okay, which is letter B. Okay, so little b over. Now the other side is automatically the adjacent one, okay, which is little c. So little c over there. Okay, now sec of c. Now I'm dealing with a different angle, okay, so I look at this one over here. Alright, and I say, turn my head to the right, okay, and I say, okay, I see that sec is hypotenuse over adjacent. Good. Okay, and we know that I've got two sides touching angle C. It's over there and over there. Okay, which one's the hypotenuse? Little b. Good. And which one is the adjacent? Little a. Okay, little a. Good. Right, happy with that. Again, guys, this is learning work. Okay, so technically all you need to know is you need to learn 3 trig ratios: sine, cos, and tan, and then the reciprocals. Okay, the reciprocals you don't actually need to learn, because if you know what cos is, you know that sec is the reciprocal of it. Okay, so there's only 3 things that you technically really need to learn. Alright, and it's all learning work. Okay, so the next one, tan. Very good. Alright, so now we need to look at tan. Okay, so tan, again, learning work, is opposite over adjacent. Okay, opposite over adjacent. Okay, so let's see how that works. Okay, so let's say tan of A, angle A. So I'll go to angle A, there it is. Okay, and opposite over adjacent. Okay, so look at angle A. Which one is opposite? This one over here. Very good. All right, so that's little a, and I can say the opposite is little a. Okay, now let's see what's adjacent. What is adjacent to A over here? What's adjacent to it? Which side? This one or this one? The adjacent side is this one over here. Because what side is this? This is the hypotenuse. Okay, so it's this one over here. So that's my adjacent side. Okay, which is little c. Little c. Alright? Now, if they say tan of c, find tan of c for me. Alright, pause the video, see if you can do it by yourself. Alright, so we look at c over there. Okay, turn your head to the side, to the right. Alright, and they say tan of c is what? We know it's opposite over adjacent. Okay, we know that. Alright, so if I look at c, which side is opposite angle c? Side c, or side AB. Alright, and which side is adjacent to c over here? This one or this one? This one, because this is your hypotenuse. Alright, so we've got opposite over adjacent, which is little c over little a. Okay. Right. Now, again, what did we say that the reciprocal was in the beginning of the video? Cot. Very good. Alright, so let's see here. Right, there's cot. Okay, so how can I rewrite cot? Instead of cot, I can say, what's the reciprocal of tan? 1 over tan of a. Alright, so instead of saying cot of a, I can say 1 over tan of a. Okay? Change my color here. Alright, so cot. If cot is the reciprocal of tan, or the reciprocal of tan, alright, tan is opposite over adjacent, so what is cot? Adjacent over opposite. Yo, you guys are too smart, eh? Alright, so if I look here, if I say cot of a, there's a, right? I look for the adjacent side, this one over here. Okay, I think you guys are getting it now. Alright, so little c, adjacent is little c, and now opposite a is this one over here, which is little a. Right, so c over a. Alright, now if I look at cot of c, here's c, different angle now, turn your head to the side. Okay, what is cot? Adjacent over opposite. Very good. Alright, so if I look at the adjacent side, what is adjacent to c over here? A. Very good. Alright, so I'm going to say a, little a, over, what is opposite angle c here? Opposite is little c. Very good. Little c over there. Right. Okay, so those are your trig ratios, guys. Nice and easy. Okay, so now what I want you guys to do after this video, okay, please go and learn them now. Alright, rather learn them early, get the hard work done now, okay, than struggling in matric to know what cos and tan and sine all stand for, and cot and cosec and sec. Okay, learn it today. Okay, please guys, learn it now so that you don't have to worry about it in matric or in grade 11 next year because you haven't learned it. It's learning work. Please learn it. Right, so just to summarize, we go to new page here. Alright, so we've learned about sine of A. Okay, let's call it sine of A. We've learned about cos of A. Okay, and we've learned about tan of A. Right, what is sine of A equal to? Give me the ratio. Right, it's opposite over hypotenuse. Very good. Alright, what is cos of A equal to? Give me the ratio. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Alright, and what is tan of A equal to? Opposite over adjacent. Very good. Alright, and all of these had reciprocals. Okay, what is the reciprocal of sine of A? Cosec. Okay, cosec of A. Alright, and if it's the reciprocal of sine, we can say it's hypotenuse over opposite. Okay, and what is the reciprocal of cos? Sick. Very good. Yo, you guys are smart, eh? Alright, so what's the reciprocal of adjacent over hypotenuse? Hypotenuse over adjacent. Very good. Alright, and what is the reciprocal ratio for tan? Cot of A. Alright, and if it's the reciprocal of this, we know that cot of A is adjacent over opposite. Very good. Okay, and then just one quick thing to note. Okay, what is a different way I could write cosec if it's the reciprocal of sine? 1 over sine of A. Very good. Just to note. Okay, so it's just to note. So NB. Okay, so just for you guys to know. Okay, and then for sec. Okay, 1 over cos. Good. 1 over cos of A. Okay, and cot. 1 over tan of A. Very good. Alright, so those are your trig ratios. Okay, there's 6 of them. Okay, and there's a little bit extra that you need to know, just for you guys to note. Okay, and you'll see why in the next video. Alright, grade 10s, I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, good luck with everything this year.